So this is a big update. There's a lot that has gone on with this car. It's been quiet. I know I've given you a wee video showing me cutting the front subframe, but the amount of other work I've done is, this is the most work I've ever done to the car. Lots of little incremental bits, not like I've done I think a massive change, like change the engine or anything like that, but it is now a load of stuff that I've learned over the years has now been done to this car. It's kind of like I'm setting myself up as best I can for this season. But let me show you all the things that have been done to start with. So here was that list. First off, Scottish Drift Championship, and I'm competing in the British Drift Championship this year. Sorry, the Pro 2 level. But this is all the stuff I've done. There's just loads and loads and loads and loads. Still a couple little things to do, but the majority, all the chassis work is now done. So let's have a wee look at her. So here we go. I have cleaned the entire shell. There's nothing on this car apart from the bits I've now been adding back in, but I've stripped the entire thing down and I've painted the entire car. So there's not masses of changes I've made, but it's just really been cleaning it all up. There was so many different pieces of paint on here, it looked grim. So I've started doing little bits like just stitch welding places. And here doing some stitch welding and adding in these bars. So there was nothing, there was only that black bit, sort of mount all the intercooler and oil coolers and all that, this is all brand new. Well, not brand new, but it used to be orange, it's all been powder coated, so it's all looking mint. And then yeah, just the entire car has been gone over, and this has taken absolutely ages. Just so much work into doing this, but it's going to be good. I know everything's super solid. Another little thing, I added this bar in just so I've got a jacking point at the back here. Anything else? Not really, it's just been tidying stuff up. Lots of the back end was dented to hell, so it was going to be difficult for mounting bumpers and that. So that has been fettled with. Bit of stitch welding in here. Cleaned up this as much as possible. Painted it. I've had to fix a couple of bits, and it's not that bit, but some other bits in the sills. Another jacking point here. So the paint I've put on the bottom is Raptor. It's all the Porsche Miami blue is the whole colour of the car. But this Raptor paint is super hard wearing. I put it on with a kind of textured effect here. It's meant to clean up really nicely, but then I've gone and made it smooth up in here, and then also it's in the arches, and basically the entire underneath of the car is covered in this stuff. And let's have a look inside. So here, the interior, every part of it painted, all of it blue. All this Porsche Miami blue. Now the floor and all that has been done again in this Raptor paint, so that should just wear really well. I've kind of, in the footwells, I've gone over it with some top coat, just so it's a bit shinier. But one of the first big changes is the back parcel shelf. Before I had the standard parcel shelf, and the way the standard one went is it came out to here, and then I had a bit of metal that was kind of folded down, and it lined up here. Now that kind of was a pain in the neck, because it meant to get to the fuel, I'm going to be running this, I'm not changing the tank, still standard tank, but to get to the fuel pump, and that, it meant you had to kind of get in here, and it was just really difficult. So that was just to clean up the back of it a lot, and then just to make it a bit more simple to work on. Next thing I've done, cross brace. So only used to have one. So now it's got two, and I just did that because it felt like one, you know, had one pipe coming down to here. And it's just a little bit of strengthening of that turret. In the back here, just really making the holes. Some holes for the wiring to go through. What I've done is I've just drilled like a 52mm hole with a hole saw, and then this is just like a little boost pipe. I just sliced around the boost pipe and then just pop them in. So it kind of makes a wee gasket when it's lined up. But it's the same, all the same pipework, same radiator as last year. Like, you'll see quite a lot of wiring in here because I've wired the car as well, which is why we now have this. So I want to get the car back on the road. So I put the stocks back in. Then I'm going to have all the lights, it's all wired in. That's what we've got down in here, the little separate fuse box. And that is going to run all the auxiliaries, so that runs all my lights, so indicators, fog lights, brake light, everything runs through there. Even got a horn, doesn't work because, well, there's nothing in here to attach it to. Where I am, it's like if I want to test the car, I don't want to have to just take it to the track just to test little things, and I got bitten so many times by that. I wanted to see if I can get it back on the road, just like making all the lights and that legal. Legal. So yeah, so she can run as a normal car and I can take her out and go for a 3-mile drive and then find out that, yes, Craig, you haven't bled your brakes properly, which I have done before. Other little things. Got to have a plumbed in fire suppression system in here. So that's gone in. I need to run lines for it. But I'll be doing all that. There's a handheld one which you have to be able to access if you're in the driver's seat. Now both of these things, that seat still fits in here. So there, if I want to run a seat, I can. I've also got my battery box. Changed that. I used to have a battery box just on bolts, but I've now got these kind of clips things, so it's easy to get it in and out. So I can get into the battery if I need to quickly. And also, all this stuff is over this side because I want to have all the weight. So when I'm in the car, I'm over there, and I've got all this weight over the other side, so it should hopefully balance it out. Now, I do have my nitrous bottle to go in. That used to bolt in over there. I might move it over here. I don't know yet, though. I don't know any reason I shouldn't move it over here. Weight-wise, I think that would be a good amount of stuff to put there, but I don't know. But I'm thinking about that. Other things I've done, my fan never fitted in, so I used to just have it in here zip tied, but now I've actually made some little brackets to mount it on. All the like stuff I'm putting back in, the car worked, so I'm not changing things. That's like one of the big things with this car. I'm not changing things that don't need changed. So shifter, love this shifter, so direct. So IRP shifter back in, hydro. I showed there's going to be some, I've got some different things coming for the rear brake wise, so I'll show you that, but they're not here yet. I've been sorting out the heater matrix stuff, so I've got a fan here, pretty powerful little number, but it used to just be, it was pretty jankily hanging on, and it wasn't lined up as best as you could get it. Now I've lined it up a load better, made some little brackets for it to hang on. It's really secure. And then also, like, there's no, I don't have any of the levers that adjust where the airflow goes in this, so the air wasn't going on the windscreen all the time. So that's all set and locked in place, so I can't screw that up again. That for me is quite an important one because I spent quite a lot of time last year like rags strapped in. You're coming up to the line, you've got to clean the windscreen down, and then you've got to strap yourself back in, and then you get to the line and you're just like, right, go, and then it's just like, this should just be like, I can just chill out and listen to tunes now. Well, we'll see how well that works. This is all the support structure I had from last year. But last year there was a million different colours because I'd cut and modified things, so it looked janky. Now it's all black. It's all lovely. It was done by some guys called EK Powder Coating. They're really nice, super lovely people through in Glasgow. Did a cracking job on it as well. And they've also done all my arms. Look at this. Every single one of my arms has been powder coated black. Black because, as you can see, there's a theme running, colour theme running here. The other reason I kind of wanted to do these things black as well is, like, there's loads of different like nuts and bolt sizes on there. I'm going to just be marking on my arms, like just in white, what the size of each bolt is or nut or whatever, just so I know that when I'm at the track what I need, instead of going, is that like a 32 or is that a 28? Car people can sometimes work that out by just looking at it. It takes me like 8 attempts to just find out what a 14 is. So next thing I've done is these things. This one's alright, it's not bad. I was savable with this one. Like one of the, I'll put a link into that last video where I gave Stuart Thorburn a shot of my car, which you should never do. He just breaks everything. Anyway, that is jank. They've been crushed. So we've got some nice new ones. Phoned up Garage D. They had some of these, and then what was, look at this. I've braced them all up nicely. So hashtag 66, you can get these plates from them. And we've just welded them in. So we're going to have some super strong tie rod brackets now, which hopefully should not get disintegrated like that anymore. So this is probably the best thing I've done to this car. It's going to make life so much better. So if you're watching this channel, I'm sure you watch other channels, and you most probably watch James Dean's channel. I heard about him doing that on his ultimate S-body build thing, which is nothing like what I'm doing, apart from, there's, I suppose, two similarities, is that's an S-body and I'm a human being, but that's pretty much where it ends. But this wasn't even expensive to do. This is all my bolts, and right, this is the state of my bolts. This is like, they look like this piece of crap. Look at it, it's all, this is good actually. These look better. Like, here's an example of what one of my bolts would have looked like. Some janky crap like that, or, oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. And I gave them all to a man, and all of that was 45 quid to get all your bolts cleaned. And like the threads and everything is good, everything just looks mint and it won't rust. So this would have taken me hours to do if I'd done it myself. And I mean, like, I could have only cleaned them. I would not have been able to plate them up. So now all these things, they're cool. Look at them, it's goldy. So the gold and the black, look at that, it's going to be mint. There's two, I'll put 4 on already. It's just going to finish the car so much better and make it way easier to work on. All of this crap won't go rusty in like 5 seconds, because once you wire brush your stuff, it just goes to crap. So thank you, Mr. Dean. I've even done the prop shaft. Brand new center bearing in here. New UJ on here. This UJ was fine, so it didn't need change, but that's also been done. So we've had the clutch sent away to CG as well. They've come back, they machined everything, checked over it, given me everything back, brand new. This will be going back in. I don't need to worry about that giving way at all. So here we have the beautiful one you see. Nothing's getting done to this. This has been running mint, and I'm not changing this in any way. It's getting a couple of things getting added to it, but I'll go through them later. just time to stick the clutch on. Flywheel on, torqued up, let's get the rest of it done. Gearbox done. Without this is an absolute nightmare. Lining that twin plate up is really difficult. So if you're going to do this job, find a gearbox, cut the end off it, find a broken one or get a tool. It makes it so much easier. I spent like an hour trying to get that thing on before and it wouldn't work. Way easier as well out of the car. So that's this video done. Loads more to come on this build. We've got to get that thing in there and button up a bunch of things. There's some trick electronic stuff going to come up as well. And sorting out all this junk. So videos are going to be coming a bit quicker than once every 2 months now. So hopefully have something out at least every couple of weeks. But yeah, stay tuned. Anything you've seen I've done in this video wrong, stick it in the comments. Anything I've done right, give me a thumbs up. Right, thanks guys. See you next time.